Good morning, fam, and welcome back to another Pep Wednesday where we put a little pep in your step for your midweek blues. Today, I want to talk to you about meditation, but not in the way that you think about. You don't need to sit cross-legged, and you definitely don't need to chant. I think every creative should spend some time meditating. Meditating for me has always helped me focus, and it's been a great way to rejuvenate myself and allow me to generate new ideas. I don't know about you, but for me personally, I always found meditating hard. Growing up in India, I always heard about meditation, and what they used to say was close your eyes, sit down, and empty your mind of everything. Get rid of your negative thoughts. But all this did was make me think about those thoughts even more. And so if I was worried, I spent all this time trying to think about not worrying, and inevitably I ended up spending all that time worrying. You see, when you choose to empty yourself of something else is allowed to come in and fill that space. Now, all this changed for me when I had a realization. The Jewish worldview of meditation is quite different from the Eastern philosophy of meditation. The Jews believe that meditating is a contemplation on a single thought or a word or a quote. And so this drastically shifted my perspective on meditation. It was a bit like the cow chewing the cud. I don't know if you know this, but cows have 4 stomachs, and when they take a bite of grass, they don't really chew it, they just swallow it whole and it goes into their stomach. After they've taken in as much grass as they want, they later lie down and then they regurgitate the grass and they chew on it. And even though the picture is rather gross, it's a good metaphor for what I find true meditation should be like. It's taking a quote or an idea or a principle and really considering it from all angles. It's taking the time to go deep with that thought. This realization shifted everything for me. Rather than spending all my time trying to empty myself of my thoughts and getting rid of those negative feelings, I spent my time focused on a positive idea or a positive quote or a positive thought. For instance, last week we spoke about the value of you versus your work. Well, I continue to ponder that question of value, and that for me triggered an idea. And I re-looked at the Nike slogan, just do it. And just do it kind of implies that your work is more valuable. And so I just cut out the do and I put in the be and just be it. This reassesses the idea of you as the most valuable thing out there. And this idea to create this little graphic would never have come about without my time spent reflecting on it, my time spent meditating on it. Meditation doesn't have to happen with your eyes closed in a closed room. It can happen all day long, and meditation, when done well, works for us to maximize our potential, to give us clarity, and to give us peace, both in mind and body. In many ways, I believe the lockdown is a good thing. It's allowed us the space to pause, to reflect, to reassess and reposition. If you're unhappy with your story so far, now is the time to choose differently. Ask yourself this question: who am I when all the filters are stripped away? And what am I most passionate about? Answering these 2 questions would be the first step to creating a life that's not driven by circumstance, but a life that's driven by choice. A choice to run a business that fulfills you rather than drains you.